Sister Wives, is Kody Brown's midlife crisis to blame for his failures? Undoubtedly, Sister Wives fans have watched the Browns go through many seasons of their lives. But now fans are wondering if Kody Brown's untimely midlife crisis is to blame for his marriage failures and strained relationships with his kids. Kody Brown wasn't as smooth as TLC tried to portray. Many Sister Wives fans have watched the Brown family with their shocking start to reality TV. Undoubtedly, they sparked the interest of viewers and their unusual lifestyle. But in many ways, Kody Brown was sweeping issues under the rug left and right from the very beginning. Instead of facing the problems with his relationship with Meri Brown, he knew it was time to get a new wife. Then he added Janelle Brown to the mix, which only complicated the picture. So Kody thought he needed another woman to make the marriage make more sense. But with each new wife came compounded issues. Furthermore, they kept adding child after child to spice up the family dynamic. When viewers saw them, they were multiplying rapidly, and Kody was courting his next shiny new thing, his diesel gene model, Robin Brown. What could go wrong with adding more people and showing it all on reality TV? Now fans see that many of Kody's failures seem to be rooted in him chasing his emotions in a midlife crisis. Is Kody Brown's midlife crisis to blame for his failures? On Reddit, Sister Wives fans point out that Kody Brown's failures stem from having a midlife crisis. First, a user says, Kody midlife crisis. Then they add, watching this man, it's clear, from what he says about his children, wives, and religion, he was having a midlife crisis. Furthermore, the user sees how TV escalated the issues, saying, add the offer from TLC to spotlight an egomaniac, and you have the complete destruction of his family. If he was so dedicated to his beliefs and wanted the world to know how polygamy wasn't horrible, why didn't he relocate to Montana or Wyoming? Why wasn't he living in a community of polygamists? He removed his young children from schools, family, friends who believed the same. He goes off with a new young wife and makes the rest of the family follow, now with the lure of money. If somebody would have offered him the same money on his own, he would have married Robin, skipped town, leaving the rest behind in Leahy, and it would have been after polygamy. Another fan agrees Kody's midlife crisis was the catalyst. They say, absolutely, from show when I thought, oh, this is the same as buying a new sports car and dyeing your hair, kind of meltdown. Only he had a crappy sports car, was already obsessed with his hair, so he scored a new wife instead. He's a human red Corvette blasting AC/DC. He gave me the ick right away. While many people saw signs of fractures in the relationships with Meri, Janelle, and Cristin Brown early on, people think Kody Brown was trying to fill a void. His need to continually add more excitement and toys to his life distracted him from mending the cracks along the way. But the original poster believes that Kody Brown just stopped listening to his wives. The user continues, Janelle was from the heart, speaking about her faith, and he shut her down. No consideration, no acknowledgement of her beliefs in what is expected from a polygamist man. He wanted the money, the new wife, and had no interest in the religion, the old life, and what was in it for him, not his wives or kids. He is a fail man, making excuses for his failures, only to be bolstered by the wife who is enriched by his money. Wow, a man that can blame, walk away from 13 children is truly a man who is only about himself. Another fan adds, I love that Janelle told him that he is selfish and self-absorbed. I am dying for more Janelle and Kody conflict. She deserves to have her voice heard. On another Reddit thread, fans discuss Kody's midlife crisis. One fan says, well, that trophy wife thing didn't work out for him, man, has she drastically changed. Another person adds, for sure. Tiny little fragile ego on this dude. The journey of Kody Brown, the man behind Sister Wives, reads like a saga, filled with twists and turns, deeply rooted family issues, and a touch of self-induced chaos. For more than a decade, viewers have watched him navigate the turbulent waters of plural marriage, a lifestyle fraught with challenges that would test anyone's patience and resilience. But the question looms, are Kody's personal failures, particularly his relationships with his wives, a symptom of something deeper, a midlife crisis that's shaken him to his core? In the early seasons, Kody seemed like an idealistic man with dreams of a united, loving plural family. He was charismatic, jovial, and seemed committed to the values of unity and shared faith that underscored his family dynamic. But as the years passed, a noticeable shift in Kody's demeanor crept in, a shift that many fans now speculate might be a full-blown midlife crisis. Rather than working through personal struggles quietly, he's chosen the spotlight to grapple with his inner turmoil, almost as if the world is his therapist and every episode another confession. One of the biggest indicators of Kody's internal crisis is the way he's handled the relationships with his wives. His once warm, affectionate connection with Mary, his first wife, eroded over time, almost as if they were competing in an emotional game of chicken, each too stubborn to take the first step toward reconciliation. The now infamous catfishing incident, where Mary sought companionship outside the marriage only to find herself duped by an online scammer, marked a major fracture in their marriage. Kody, rather than offering support, seemed to take the incident as an excuse to further distance himself, holding it over Mary as a symbol of her betrayal. For a man committed to the ideals of forgiveness and familial loyalty, Kody's response felt deeply incongruent, a signal that he may have begun a period of self-centered reflection. Meanwhile, Kody's relationship with Cristin unraveled in a painfully public fashion. For years, Cristin made it clear that she wanted more of Kody's time, attention, and affection. She longed for a genuine partnership, not merely the title of third wife in a household hierarchy. Yet Kody's priorities seemed to lie elsewhere, particularly with Robyn, the fourth and youngest wife, who appeared to become the focal point of his attention. The more Cristin pleaded for his attention, the more he withdrew, until she ultimately decided to leave the family. Kody's reaction, shock, bitterness, and even anger, revealed a man caught off guard, one who couldn't understand why the people around him wouldn't simply wait on his terms. Kody's apparent midlife crisis also coincides with his struggles to redefine his role within the family. As the patriarch, he once held a position of unquestioned authority. But as his children grew older and more independent, they became increasingly vocal in their criticisms of his choices. The pandemic seemed to deepen this rift, with Kody implementing stringent rules that drove a wedge between him and some of his children. Rather than bending to his family's needs, Kody became inflexible, insisting on his way without compromise, as if losing control over his family dynamics was a fate he couldn't bear. He was a man grasping at straws, trying to hold on to an image of himself that no longer aligned with reality. Adding fuel to the fire is his relationship with Robyn, which has become a source of immense tension among the other wives. While Kody claimed to treat each wife equally, his actions spoke otherwise. Robyn quickly became his favorite wife, as she herself hinted in interviews and conversations. The favoritism was not lost on the other wives, who felt increasingly sidelined and undervalued. Kody's attentiveness toward Robyn and his near-obsessive desire to keep her happy came across as the behavior of a man clinging to the one piece of his life that still felt within his grasp. With Robyn, Kody found validation, perhaps even a sense of youth, which he seemed to crave as he aged. It's hard to ignore the possibility that he might be trying to rewrite his life story, to hold on to the last remnants of his vitality and self-worth by investing so heavily in his relationship with her. In classic midlife crisis fashion, Kody has also exhibited a newfound obsession with control. This quest for dominance over family decisions, down to the tiniest details, like how they should communicate during family gatherings, hints at a man who feels his grasp on his own life slipping. Rather than dealing with these insecurities privately, Kody has aired his grievances, arguing that his family's problems would be solved if only everyone fell in line with his expectations. The irony, of course, is that his rigidity has only driven people further away, creating a cycle of isolation that he may or may not be fully aware of.